Greg believes that most teams are using AI right now, what he calls the magic button vibe coding is creating chaos, technical debt, burnout, and teams are falling apart. But he's not anti-AI.
Yeah, I think it was
He's
in
just
the
anti-AI,
2000.
anti-stupid AI.
It's probably not the same in Canada as it is here in the U.S., but a lot of the arts programs and music programs are cut here, and that creativity is getting lost and originality. You look at what happens in software now, and especially as we move forward with more AI tools and more AI writing code. AI is not writing code per se; it's copying code. It's not that much better than copy and paste from Stack Overflow in most cases. What it is doing is it's learning from everything that we do. If we stop creating new software, if we start getting into those creative ideas, it's not going to be creative. It's just going to keep copying and redoing what we've already done. It might evolve it slightly in certain directions, but for the most part, if we aren't actually interacting and learning from AI and helping it get better and creating our own contribution, software and creativity is going to become very boring. Will hold us back. I don't know what this is. And then you're trying to go through and fix it. And you end up spending more time catching somebody else up in how to get that thing done and paying for that review of that code than you would have if you had just started with something a little bit simpler and hired a software developer. That's really the fear most software developers fear, is that the CEO or the product manager gets into these things, starts to use them, builds these tools, and then they hand it off to the software developer and say, fix this. Instead, as we always do as software developers, we always want to be involved at the early steps. The earlier, the better, to help with architecture decisions, what types of reusable code we can use, and libraries. That's where the magic button fails. And that's where we're trying to hopefully keep AI as a tool and not as a replacement for the entire team. To me, the most important steps are how we're building those software applications and who's involved in that. And then the secondary, and or maybe even more important than that, is who's testing it and how are they testing it, and how much of it is transparent. The more we can encourage, especially now where things are feeling like everything's closing in on us, and there's all these new regulations and tariffs and everything else in the US especially, it's more important than ever to be transparent with your users and with yourself and your team.